We want them to hurry up.
Six o'clock. Welcome to the Planning Commission for the City of Monroe. We'll call the meeting to order at the time. It's 6 o'clock, and we'll note that all the members are present, which is good. And we welcome our new member, Bonnie Rosser. Bonnie, glad to have you, okay?
Thank you.
Need to approve the agenda.
And we do need to add that one item.
Okay, that one, all right. Yo, excuse me, I'm bumping through this. So we have a new item on here, the third new business item. We have to approve that, so I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Yeah,
Motion to approve.
We're adding officers, by the way. That's what you're doing. You're electing officers this evening. Since you've got, Mike's off and you need a chair and a vice chair.
Well, from that, somebody's got to nominate somebody to do that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, no, I mean, you're adding a third item, so we'll do that. We'll handle that after you handle your other new business.
Okay.
All right, so do we need to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
Second motion, second. In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, approved. Minutes from the previous meeting, do you have those? That's in our agenda packet here, okay? If you had a chance to look over these minutes from the previous meeting, I would need a motion to approve.
I move we approve.
In a second?
Second.
Second, okay, all right. Report from Code Officer,
I don't have anything to report, Mr. Chairman, this evening.
all right? That Being the case, we'll move into the first item of business. This is going to be a certificate of appropriateness, 1521 South Broad Street, convenience store with fuel pumps.
Yes, sir. This is as you stated, it's a 1521 South Broad Street. It is a convenience store with fuel pumps. I don't want to bog you down too much because the commission did just see this a few months ago for a rezone and a conditional use. It's the same exact property. They're now back before you for their certificate of appropriateness because, as you remember, they were subject to the code change for the rezone and conditional use because this had been approved several years ago. The brief history that they had that I put you through there several months ago, well, they had been approved, had gotten their LDP, and then that LDP expired. Well, they're now have gone through the rezone, the conditional use has been approved by the city, and now they're before you for their certificate of appropriateness, which is the last technical public hearing step they need to submit their site development plans to get back to that LDP. So that's what you're looking at this evening. It's the same plan that you saw back in the rezone, the conditional use, gas station, fuel pumps, retail spaces, the access off of Highway 11. Little spaces there. And then, they had some architecture that was submitted with this if you hadn't had a chance to look at it. It does meet your corridor design overlay standards, parapet wall, plank siding, and brick with steel and glass windows. And then four-sided architecture with the building. It did meet your code. The one exception I had and noted here on the report was they need an entry on this is the side facing South Broad. They would need some sort of entryway here, some doorway facing South Broad. And then on the landscape plan here, they need to add some additional evergreen shrubbery that would be along the part of the area where there's extra paving along the fuel area. That's between South Broad and not the entire frontage of the property, just between where there's extra pavement on the site, and then some additional tree plantings. And then the applicant's aware of this, that at some point these billboards have to go. Since they're back before us, I'm asking that these billboards would be removed at the LDP stage. So that's the three conditions that are proposed as part of this COA. And that's all that I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. All right, so do we have anyone here to speak in favor of this presentation, of this? Anyone to speak for this?
Good afternoon. My name is Nan Wilcox. I'm with Carter Hawker Road Group, and we're the civil engineering firm representing Mr. Jeff Russell with the Monroe Center Market. We did obtain a certificate of appropriateness approval previously, and due to the timing and construction costs, we had to put this project on hold. Mr. Russell has recommitted to this project, and so we have gone through the process, and the city has supported the rezoning and the conditional use permit. And as Brad had mentioned, it appears that we've met the conditions of the area, but that we need to address these three items with our permit process. And we are available to do that. So I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
And just to be clear, this would all be handled administratively during the site development phase, so you could approve this with conditions, and then we would be handling this later on when they turn in their site development plans and their building permit.
No questions? All right, thank you. Is anyone here speaking in opposition to this proposal? If not, then I'll call for a motion to approve.
I move we approve with the recommendations.
Second.
And a second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. Next, conditional use, 422 South Broad Street, personal care home.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward request. This is at 422 South Broad Street. The property is currently zoned, or not zoned, it is designated with a Character District 4, which is Neighborhood Center. So they're asking for a conditional use in that Character District, which is a family personal care home. defined, excuse me, for family personal care homes as care for 2 to 6 persons. So that's for the home that's on the front of the property. In the rear of the property is a parking lot developed for shared parking with the adjoining supermarket, John Supermarket, I'm sure everyone's familiar with. And so, it's a pretty straightforward request. This is a photograph of the residence. There's not much information in your application, but this was historically used, and I noted that in the report. This has been previously used as a personal care home in the past. What happened was they had not kept up with their licensing, or it just had not been used for a personal care home for some period of time. It was longer than 6 months. And with a use like conditional uses, when they lapse more than 6 months, they have to come back before the city to obtain a new conditional use. So that's why they're before you this evening. And that's all that I have, Mr. Chairman. The request, I'm sorry, our recommendation is approval as submitted without conditions.
Is anyone here to speak for this request? Sir?
Hello, how you doing? Sorry. How you guys doing today? My name is Jonathan. I'm with Abundance of Love Personal Care Home, Ark of Mercy Personal Care Home, and Abundance of Love #2 Personal Care Home. Thank you so much. I've been with the city since 2018. Trying to help everybody in our community. I started at 223 South Madison Avenue. I've been here with you guys multiple times. This is like my 3rd time doing this. So just got off of work, so I had to run all the way to Dallas to come over here too. So I just wanted to just show you that I'm just trying to do the conditional use for 422 South Broad Street. The landlord, Mr. Steele, the Steele family, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they wanted to be here, but they're out of town. So I'm just letting you know that. I don't know if they was required to be here or not.
No, they weren't.
Okay. But so basically, it's a personal care home. We're licensed up to 6 people. We provide 3 meals a day, snacks in between, medication management. We pretty much provide wealth, health, and rehabilitation to all of our residents. We see residents from the ages of 18 to 99. Throughout my experience, we as a business, we taking care of people from all ages, from 32, people who are like my age, people who are 40s, even 80-year-olds, and only thing I want to do is to provide value to the community, just by providing house, a living space for people who are in need. So that's all.
Are there any questions for this proposal?
No.
Is there a limit on the number of persons that can be there?
Yes. So so with the residential use, with the license that I usually have at all of my facilities, we're only licensed for 6. So when I go through like all my state like licenses and inspections and stuff, they'll just give me the permit and it will say license for 6. And I will have to provide it to you guys like I always do to get my business license from you guys.
The next level is group. So group is 6 to 18, and then beyond that's, I think, the congregate is when you get a bond beyond 18.
25.
Yeah.
But this is just up to 6. Across the street is other care home. So this is like number 3.
Do you have applicants for the home already?
No.
Is anyone here to speak against this request? And obviously, there is none. Therefore, we will ask for a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Second.
Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, next item of business.
They're going to adjourn, so if you want to, they're done with the agenda. So do you want to have a discussion about one of the items? I mean, Mr. Chairman, I mean, you can allow it. I mean, obviously they want to talk about the first agenda item you are this evening, so I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, they're here. You're the Corridor Design Overlay Commission.
I don't have a problem with it.
You have an opportunity to hear them out, so there, I mean, there's no point making them wait
Sure.
60 more days to make another application to this commission, so please, I would say let.
Well, I just wanted to make the board aware. Mr. Russell just told me that he already has a contract for those billboards that the lease goes through June of next year. And so to put the condition that we could not get the land disturbance permit until those go down, he is prepared for them to be removed in June. But if we cannot get the land disturbance permit until June, that halts the project for that amount of time for the billboard. He's prepared to remove them. It's just that he has a current lease on those 2 billboards till June. So I don't know if the board could consider a condition of that. And I don't know protocol. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. He just made me aware of that.
I think you can, I think you ought to recall the item at this point, and you can rehear it, you don't want to rehear it, and then we can redo the conditions, because my issue with that is that I have no problem modifying their condition, and so if you're willing to modify the condition, because you've already approved it, so you've approved it with conditions. Obviously, when I didn't communicate that condition to the applicant or to Mr. Russell, and he's obligated, in this way. I think it's Lamar, is it Lamar or Fairway? Yeah.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. When we bought the property, these signs were there. There was an existing lease, and I think it renews year to year. I believe it is June. But as soon, I can't take them down because they got a lease on them, but when that lease expires, and I think it's June, I'm not really sure, but whatever it is, I would like very much to be able to go ahead and start the project. And thank you for your time. I just spent an hour and a half trying to get out the traffic from Atlanta out here, so I would certainly like to try to get this clarified. But if you will, just allow us to get started with the grading, the trees and stuff like that, because it takes a while. We won't be through with this project by next June or whenever. And that's another thing. I'm just speaking from memory. It may be June, it may be May or sometime, but whenever that thing expires, then we'll have to not renew it with the sign company and tell them to come remove their signs. So,
I mean, in fairness to Ms. Dan and Mr. Russell here, I mean, there's not an issue with modifying that condition and making it be where the appropriate wording would be, we can't issue a sign permit to Mr. Russell until those are removed, which would be obviously at the end of your development process, right? You're going to build the site, you're going to complete the whole thing, you're going to put your pumps on the site, put your tanks in the ground, put concrete on the ground. Like you said, it's going to be further than June next year anyway.
yes, I'm
Hearing you.
I'm almost 85 years old, so I'm sort of speaking from memory, which gets a little bit
Absolutely.
more hazy all the time.
If-
But I'd hate to agree to that and find out I'm sitting there with the thing completed next year and it doesn't expire to December or some other legal thing in that would prohibit me from doing it. But,
Fair enough.
I guess that's the case, I get one of the gas trucks to run over them or something, take them down, but,
Fair enough. So the only thing that would preclude me from giving you a sign permit would be the only thing that would stop anything on the site. You can develop the site, you can do everything to the site you've been approved for, get your site development plans just like you were previously approved for. We didn't stop that before, and I think we had worked out administratively with Mr. Russell before we granted him the site development approval, and it was an unwritten sort of an understanding was
Well,
that
if you can
were
make
gonna
an-
get a sign permit.
if
and
you
we-
can make an unwritten thing in, as soon as I can take those things down, but I'll have to get financing on
Let
this
me finish.
project.
Let me finish.
And I'd hate to be sitting there in the
Let me
bank.
finish,
Excuse
please.
me, okay.
Please let me finish. So when you were going through the process before, I think when I was discussing this with Pat, was that we weren't going to grant him any sign permits until those were taken down. And I think at that time, you weren't as obligated to that far in distance as you were at that time, because you didn't own the property at that time, if I'm not mistaken.
We didn't, it was we were gonna buy it when we get
Right, so
once we got the
there was a different
permit.
set of
But
circumstances at that time, so at this point, I say we probably modify the condition that says the same thing. I can't grant him a sign permit until those are removed, because that's the only thing that would preclude me doing anything to you on the property was those signs are non-conforming. I can't give you any new sign permits until those are taken down. Everything else you can do.
okay, I haven't gone back and, I don't mean to be combative here or anything. I just wanna make sure I inherited that sign and the lease and whatever it says, and I haven't really gone back and read it. I think it renews annually, but for whatever reason, if they got the right to stay there an extra year or something, that I didn't read into the thing, I sure would hate to spend $4 or $5 million out here on this project and not be able to get it open.
Absolutely, I understand.
I feel like he,
Their signs are non-conforming.
right. I feel like he needs to
Y'all give them an order to take them down. It suits me fine.
What, Shauna?
I feel like he needs to give you the lease to see what date is actually up on, because who says it could be?
I mean, yeah, we can strike this condition and then we deal with this on the after with him administratively and just, and not make this an issue with this commission. And so I'm happy just to take out condition number 2 and I deal with Mr. Russell and Ms. Wilcox after the fact and let him go through whatever iterations he needs to go through. Because that's where we were, like he said, can we handle this, where like we were before? I got no problem with that because that's kind of where we were before. I can't issue the property any sign permits with a non-conforming sign on the property. Our code is quite clear on this issue.
Right.
So,
So are
I
you
could just
saying
say
the
again, I
exterior
mean,
sign-
at my age and all, I am not wanting to get into anything combative. I want to comply. I
Right.
want to be an asset, and I don't want to be
Yeah.
a liability, nor do I want to have any kind of confrontation. I like to just,
I
if
believe
it was up to me, we'd
understand.
take them down tomorrow.
We understand that.
I don't think anyone doubts your sincerity at all.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the issue here at all. Yeah, so I think if you want to recall the item and strike number 2, I think we're good with that. And I'll just deal with this on the face of it when the time is necessary. I also can learn more with Mr. Russell where he stands on these billboards, how much of a hole it's in or what kind of problems he's got with these billboards. And
I can send you a copy of the lease, whatever we got, it's on a
yeah,
file
it's a
somewhere,
5-year,
so.
10-year, renewable, whatever you got. That way we both can understand what you're dealing with, so
Yeah.
I can deal with that on its issue. And then maybe we can talk with the sign company itself. And,
As far as I'm concerned, you can revoke their permit or something if it's non-conforming to, whatever y'all can find.
Right.
I will work with you to get rid of the signs,
sure.
okay?
Yeah,
Would
absolutely,
it
because I think they actually encroach into your landscape buffer, and I think even to some of your improvement area. So, even just your curbing, I mean, they're like physically on your site, so they intrude into the physical area of your curb, if I'm not mistaken, on your plan. So, they're more than 20 feet into your landscaping.
Would it be just as prudent to just send that company a notice that the lease will not be renewed regardless of the date that it expires?
Well, I'll let Mr. Russell handle that since it's
So
a
that-
private matter between him and the lease company.
Right.
But I mean, I agree, that would be
But I
something.
mean, he could then let you know that he has notified them that they are to vacate.
Sure.
At the end of that lease period.
We need to know what I mean, between you and I, you can let me know what that information is.
Okay, thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. It's,
For this commission.
been a long,
purpose, I would say
difficult
just
journey to
strike
get.
Condition number 2.
with all everything you have to go through, and we thought we were good and didn't realize that our permit had expired. So we had to go through the whole process again, but we're ready to get started, and I sure hate for this sign to hold me up. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Chairman, if I need to, I will
Make a motion to strike
make another motion to strike item
Item
3, or the
2 or 3.
sign refer.
It was condition number 2.
Number 2, all right, and strike number 2, and we approve with recommendations 1 and 3.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Very good, thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I'm happy to work with y'all on that.
So does that mean that they can't get their exterior signs for the gas station until, okay,
Our code's gonna be quite clear on that issue.
but it's doing him a favor.
Well, that's where we were before with him.
Yeah.
That's how I was gonna handle it before, so if y'all wanna adjourn it, we could discuss this, or we can,
Yeah, no, I just trying to follow it
yeah, no,
through.
you're fine.
Okay, I guess I know where we are.
Yeah, we need to do the officers now. Yep, you got it.
Third business item, elect officers and chair and vice chair, call for motions, motions. So, we need a motion. And Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I really wasn't planning on having this job, but I know Mike retired, but, so we need to have a motion to appoint an acting chair, I'll put it that way, of this commission.
Who wants to do it?
This doesn't have to be for your entire 5-year term. If you want to do it on an annual basis, that's fine. I think you have to elect an officer every year anyway, so I think we do that on an annual basis anyway. So.
That is something we need to find out, is an annual
pretty sure it's an, I think we redo this annually. I'm pretty sure that, and I can double check real quick. While I got y'all here, let's see our procedures here. Bear with me 1 second, folks. The term of the chairperson shall be, okay, so this is your organization rules. The planning commission shall elect a chairperson from amongst its members. The term of the chairperson shall be 1 year. The person shall be eligible for reelection for consecutive terms. The planning commission shall make its own rules determining each meeting which you have adopted, yada, yada, yada. So you have a term of 1 year. And it doesn't say you can elect a vice chair, but just in the event that someone's not here to run a meeting, I mean, you can leave it loose and have no one elected as vice chair. I don't know, I was calling Randy the vice chair for the longest time since I've been working here, so I don't know if that's something we'd always done. So right now, yeah, your duty right now is to elect a chairperson to run your meetings.
That's fine. I'd like to have a vice chair nominated too,
Absolutely,
while we're at it.
I think that's appropriate. That way, when someone's not here, there's someone that as a staff member, I can lean on, as a backup, and then
Right,
that
right.
helps me.
Very good. So we need a motion for a chairman and a motion for a vice chairman. Who would like to serve as vice chairman? Rosalind? You do vice chairman? All right, very good, very good. So if that's appropriate, we'll need a motion to approve me, tentative chairman, and vice chairman Rosalind.
Motion to approve.
In a second. Motion passes. All right, folks, we're adjourned.
Okay, I will make sure.
We're adjourned.
All righty.